Hi everyone, it's Dr. Bell here, and I just received a question about where to access due dates as well as due date times for every assignment. I know that for some of you, Canvas is a brand new technology, so of course I want to review this information so that I know you have it. So, one thing I love about Canvas is that it's actually very organized, and a lot of the information you're seeking is very clearly labeled. And the other thing is that you can usually find this information in at least 2 to 3 spots. So we're going to look at 3 spots where you can see where due dates are posted. So I am in our main course page. This is what it's going to look like for you. The first tool I want to show you is right over here on the left side. It says calendar, and I've already called attention to this in other discussion board posts, but I want to remind you of this great tool again. When I look at the calendar, it shows me when everything is due for my class, English 1020. Some of your professors will use this tool, some may not. I do because I think it's a very helpful for you to see when things are due. You can kind of balance your schedule each week, and that's kind of what I've been speaking to you about as well, right? So if you work 5 days in a row and you're on a late night shift, second shift, third shift, you can kind of look ahead and say, okay, well, I'm off Friday night, so I better go ahead and get moving on this discussion and this draft or something like that. But anyway, you can see that 8p right there. That means 8 p.m. Ooh, golly. And the kind of neat thing about that is you can kind of click on the directions from there too. So that's pretty nifty as well, right? You can see what the directions for the assignment are. So there are the times and the due dates for everything. Looks like we have a full week this week. Skipping ahead, we can go to July. It's going to take a moment to populate, but again, we see the due dates there. And you can see that we do have those discussions about 4 days a week, okay? And so you kind of can juggle your schedule based around those, right? And figure out when's a good time for you to do them. So next, I'm going to go to courses. I'm in the student view right now, and you may have more than one course, but I'm going to click on College Composition 2. And this takes me to our main landing page, okay? So if I scroll down just a bit, guess what? Here is another to-do list. Now you can X out the items as you cross them off your list. I actually really like that. When I was a student, I loved crossing things off. Ooh, I got that done, great. But this again shows you the due dates and times for everything is due, but it also adds things like, oh, look, here is an announcement. This little horn, it looks like a megaphone. That means your teacher has added an announcement for you to look at. So I try to add those to kind of be helpful. So make sure you check those out. But this, once again, tells me, okay, this is what's due and this is what time it is due. So you can kind of, once you get something done, like this is done because it's already, I believe, the 23rd. So we can cross that off the list. We can cross that one off as well. We can cross that off and that. It's already the 23rd, but at any rate, you see that here are all the due dates and times listed here. So I like to go to this section of the modules because I just think it's easier to see everything all at once. We are now in Module 2, and yet again, we can see the due dates here as well. So this one, of course, has the little red circle with a minus sign because that one's already passed, right? It's the 23rd. That one is over. I can click on discussion 2 though, and not only does it tell me right there that it was due on the 24th or it is due, but this is a little small. It does say it's due June 24th at 8 p.m. So there is yet another place where you can see where the assignment due date is listed. Okay, and if I go to any of the major assignments that are not engagement discussions, for example, we have our first big essay coming up, the final draft. Again, it tells me it's due June 27th, but when? If I click on this, once again, it says it's due Saturday, 11:59 p.m. The reason I have the longer essays due at that time is because it takes me at least a day to grade all of them. So I give you a little bit of extra time because I don't just jump in and start. I'm not going to get them all graded in an hour or so like I can do the discussions, okay? But again, so that's due this upcoming Saturday. It also gives you the date of when that Saturday is. So there really shouldn't be any question of finding due dates. As I mentioned, though, I know this is a new technology for some of you, so please, if you have questions like this, don't hesitate to ask. Remember, you always want to kind of check our announcements. I make a lot of announcements, but that's to kind of keep you in touch with what's going on in class, some things that I have noticed. Don't overlook engagement, for example. Oh, here I posted a weekly video. So that's where the due dates are listed. I hope that helps, and please let me know if you have any other questions, comments, or feedback. Thank you.